Well, Barb, you've cured an awful lot of things, and not all of them have been when we knew how to cure things. Like you were curing things before we ever discovered. Like before I ever cured my herpes, you had cured your vision, albeit possibly temporarily, I guess. And you know, you haven't had the flu in many years, and so on. You know, and Anna. I assume you don't get the flu anymore, right?
No, I haven't had that in a long time. Years.
Right. And so, you know, so most of the people who come to us want to cure herpes. That's why they contact us. And it would be nice if we could. Because we've helped people cure all kinds of diseases: fibromyalgia, Graves' disease, ankylosing spondylitis, would you believe, cancer, and you know, it would be nice to reach out and see if we can contact some of those people. You know, and at the same time, herpes is important. Herpes is a medically incurable virus that's, you know, it's related to a lot of things that do kill people. Like dengue fever.
Oh.
If you can cure herpes, you can cure dengue. If you can make a flu disappear, you can cure dengue. And dengue kills people.
Wow.
Especially like when they get it for the second time. I just read a John Grisham novel about this woman that dies of dengue after she gets it for the second time.
Wow.
Scary. Wow. Wild stuff.
Yeah. So, let's do something for the people who have herpes. Okay?
All right.
Now, why don't you both each show your own version of how you would show somebody how to cure herpes. Since you've both cured it. You know, people are always asking about negative medical tests, and Anna, you never had a medical test that said you were free of herpes, but Barb got one in 2004? 2006, right. So, you know, just both of you together, just show them how you would go about curing it.
Someone else, you said?
I thought about this today because I realized that I don't always associate it as a fun thing to help somebody with their herpes. Because it seems like what I do is I just try to stay away from the herpes virus. And I just, you know, I say I'm removing the herpes virus, but actually I'm changing myself so the herpes virus, like, does not have a home in me. And I usually notice it around in, I guess, my gravitational spiral bodies when I'm like having a negative experience or negative thoughts or self-doubts or wanting something I don't think I can have. So I try to stay away from that stuff. In the meantime, I just say I'm now removing all viruses, or the herpes virus. And I look for my signal, which is usually up my spine or my hand.
Show your hand. Go a little slower, because I didn't really, it went by too fast.
I just say like I'm removing my herpes virus. Like right now I do, and then with me, especially with my scoliosis, I feel my spine extend, and my finger usually moves a little bit, and I just kind of like let it go. Okay.
And Anna, what about you?
So it's been about a year and a half since I've detected the virus. When I ask if I have it, there's no movement in any of my body, so it seems to be gone from there. But it's almost every other day or so I can feel like a little tension And so I know that that's what that is, and then I learned how to look in a couple of my bodies, and then I straighten out the energy in those bodies, and once I do that, the tension goes away. So it's mimicking a virus, but it's not really it. But something lingering there, or something that still needs attention.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm still working on.
And Barb, when was the last time you detected herpes in any of your bodies?
Well, I haven't had an outbreak for almost this has been 2.5 years, but I did test for HSV1 in a blood test, so that concerned me because, like you said, I have heart disease in my family and all that kind of stuff. But I detected, I have a little issue with my gums every now and then, and I know that, the virus is a virus, and herpes does all sorts of things. And I just kind of have been constantly removing it lately. So I haven't been retested, but I haven't had any kind of outbreak at all.
Well, your gums are probably coenzyme Q10.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it probably has nothing to do with any virus at all. It's just you need coenzyme Q10.
So, when I read that sometimes the virus can go through the mouth into the heart and that kind of thing, that's concerning. And then I cured a very major toothache recently. I didn't even want to talk about it because it was too good to be true, but it's still gone.
Good for you.
With the herpes, I've actually taken it more seriously now. I do it all the time.
Well, you got a negative medical test in 2006. Then you caught the virus again and got a positive medical test several years ago?
Yeah.
So you were not immune to it after you cured it?
Not at that time. I remember with that incident, and I was kind of not in a very strong state of mind. I wasn't protecting myself.
And then you went and had sex with somebody who...
That's what I mean, yeah.
So that, and probably, doing that was probably a symptom of your weakened state.
Exactly. It's almost like I punished myself a little bit by giving myself that.
Yeah, by putting your energy into something that wasn't going anywhere.
Exactly.
And Anna, what do you have to say about this?
It just seems like it can take a while. Apparently, it can take a while to unravel and get to the bottom of things. And I think there's probably some emotional components to it too that need to be looked at and removed as well. Mm-hmm. To support the physical healing. So I've been doing that too.
Yeah. Have you ever actually helped somebody else cure herpes?
Yeah, I did. The other day I helped somebody do that.
Oh, really? Oh, you mean on the phone when somebody called you to get help?
Actually, on Skype.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that go? Tell us about it.
That went really well. The person I was working with, she just could tell immediately that she was doing removals from her bodies. We went through several of them, and she was just sighing and laughing, and she just could tell immediately there was a big difference, and she kept thanking me. So it was just really, she was really happy.
That's wonderful.
She could feel it.
Doesn't it make us happy when we can help somebody?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Well, it takes.
Absolutely.
Barb, you've helped a lot of people cure herpes, haven't you?
I know. It's just connecting with someone helps them remove things. See, I've helped a lot of people with different viruses.
Yeah, not just herpes, Epstein-Barr, that's right, a lot of other viruses.
Yeah.
You had Epstein-Barr also.
I did.
How old were you when you got mononucleosis?
I was about 17, 18, yes, between 16 and 17 maybe.
And,
Well, actually I got it in college again. I got it basically kind of twice.
Oh, you mean you caught it again from somebody?
I don't know, just sort of like...
or it reactivated?
It reactivated. I got sort of like those symptoms, which sort of was almost like a flu. And then that went away, and then when I got tested, it never showed up in a blood test again after I started doing this. And I never really had chronic fatigue syndrome, technically. I mean, I get depression often, or I have, but sort of onto that too.
What do you do when you get depression?
Well, I think I remember you showed me that chart about the entrance points, and I realized that oftentimes people with like a physical disability, like I have this thing on my back, often tend towards, like low self-esteem or depression and all that stuff. So number one, I just know that, and then I try to like do something to I do exercise or that kind of. I do something to kind of speed myself up, or just sometimes I just relax into it and let myself sleep, and like that. I've also met lately, that's how I met that guy, Panache Desai, is like, it's amazing how psychic Twitter and Facebook is, because sometimes I just let other people, assist me. I read what they say, and I remember the nature of things, and I just try not to worry, but mostly it's kind of like removing it, or just not, I just notice it and react. Like pain, like I can remove pain too.
Right. This is the website. It's CureDrive.org. We teach people how to cure a great many diseases, not just herpes or cancer or whatever the disease is that you found a volunteer to help with. But see, this is the Cure Show, and there are, if you see the alphabet, that's the diseases. When you click on one of those letters, you go to fever, fibromyalgia, flu, and you hear, we record ourselves. We record our cures. Most people who come to this web college, so this is the home page, and this is the movie right here. It plays automatically. So you notice when I went back to the home page, it started playing. And this is where you're supposed to start. Like before you speak to a volunteer, you should first familiarize yourself with this. Not only is this movie on the home page, but there are just other things you can look at, such as this is our Twitter feed, and these are people who help people cure things talking to each other. In the Twitter feed on the right, the big black thing. And then there are other options and steps. But your first step, this movie is 4.5 hours. And the movie will train you to construct a cure that's specific to you, so that you're not trying to cure, because if a volunteer tells you how they cured their disease, and you do that, you will be curing their disease instead of yours. But if this is the movie that I'm clicking to various parts of. But if you watch this movie, and you'll see many people doing many important things for themselves, and you'll understand what to do for yourself. Doesn't cost a penny to watch it, and that's your first step.